Recently, the Kwikwetlem First Nations held an important ceremonial walk from their lands on the Kwikwetlem River to the Lougheed Highway. This mile-long path was the route that their children took years ago when they were forced to attend residential schools. Many of our civic leaders from all levels of government were there to participate in the walk and to listen to the words of the Kwikwetlem people. Tri-Cities Community TV was there and brings you this coverage.
We're ready to start inviting all of our wonderful guests inside. We have a great video to show you, and we're looking forward to spending the day with you. So welcome everybody to Kwikwetlem. Thank you. Yeah.
How you doing?
Good, buddy. So happy you made it.
Thank you everyone for coming. Today we're all part of the Kwikwetlem family, and we just want to acknowledge these matriarchs here today to start us off in a good way. So thank you.
All right, good morning everyone. So my name is Tina Rudy. I'm the Director of Community Services here at Kwikwetlem First Nation. So I want to start by thanking Kwikwetlem First Nation for welcoming us to be part of today's Walk for the Truth and Reconciliation. It's an honor to be here, gathered on this land today, that holds many emotions for the community. Today we have the privilege of hearing from the community, elders, council, and witnessing the powerful drumming and songs of Kwikwetlem First Nation. Let's take this time to truly listen, learn, and reflect. What we hear today is part of our ongoing responsibility to understand the truths of the past and continue the work of reconciliation, both individually and collectively. And I'm going to hand it over to Nancy.
Anasiam Natsiaya, Nancy Vanasquik, Talitsan at Kwikwetlem. Aina Shwalwan, Kwanitsi Kwetsnala, Haitzapka, Nasiam Natsiaya. Greetings, everyone. Greetings to my respected ones and my friends. My name is Nancy. I am from Kwikwetlem. I'm happy to see everyone here today. And we just wanted to start with a prayer before we begin the video feature. So I just wanted to share a new one that I was working on with my class. Tsitzal Siam, Tihuam I Halistoch, Tanach Palawan. Creator, please heal my heart and mind. Give us the strength today to bring healing to all of our communities. Please let us remember the old teachings of unity and caring for one another. And please let our children thrive in a better world without conflict or divide. We are Kwikwetlem First Nation and we stand together for our loved ones. We'll start our video now, and if I can just share really quickly, Christina is going to say more about what's going to happen today.
My name is Christina Joe. I was born and raised here, and when I was asked to help out the community about truth and reconciliation, I didn't even know what that meant with our truth, and was speaking to my aunt and a couple other funky things. I decided to see if I can offer the people an opportunity to share their truth, even if we don't know what it is, via anonymously by letter, so they could self-reflect about what they've really been, regardless if they are from residential school or Ripple itself. We're all affected one way or another, and we're defined by that. And this year we got 3 letters back. And the hopes were that if they could share their truth anonymously, that one of you guys could read it and reconcile it. So we have 3 letters that if one of the 3 of you guys can choose to read one, read it out loud for everybody. It will help that person, whoever they are, speak their truth and be heard, and to let it go and start that healing journey. So, and you get a little package of a little gift from that as well.
Before we get started here, and I'll start us off in a very humble and good way, just to let you know, in honor of today, how we're speaking the truth, and in honor of reconciliation, I just want to say, and I don't mean to put Tom Smith on the spot, but Tom Smith is coming here to provide some cultural, spiritual work. So if you would like a smudge, it is going to be a heavy day. I'll be very honest, and after the video, you've seen how heavy today could potentially be. So please, if you need that extra support on behalf of our ancestors and the cultural world, please reach out to Tom for a smudge or prayer, quick prayer, and then we'll continue our day. So I was asked to start us off with the prayer, and then bear with me. I'm just trying to compose myself after the video. For me, this day is always so meaningful for me personally, but it's, like I said, a very heavy day. And then just seeing some of our elders that aren't here with us today who went through we're in honor of today. It's difficult, so bear with me, please. I'll get us going here. So. No heckling. Creator, thank you for today. I know you've heard my voice for the last 7 years, Creator, and I always thank you for having the opportunity to walk through our ancestral home. Creator, today I have a special prayer, and just thinking about it overnight, because the importance of today, honestly, Creator, you work in your mysterious ways. And there's no better prayer than what I see here today, Creator. The support from my elders, the community, and all our ancestors in honor of what had happened to us historically. Creator, as we do this journey, I want the people to just open their hearts and their minds on what the importance of this walk means today. Creator, I know you've brought these people to, you present people that are meaningful to the nation. And I know that you didn't bring them here for forgiveness or bring them here to ridicule what we went through, because we heard the words from our elder loud and clear. Regardless of what we went through, we still have to keep going. And Creator, I ask you, with your wisdom and your love, to walk with us, not with just your guidance, but the ancestors of the Kwikwetlem people, and ask them to open their hearts just for today and share their strength, their wisdom, and their stories. Creator, understand that what we carry as First Nations, what we've gone through, can be a poison when it comes to reconciliation. And I'll be honest, Creator, I was one of the ones that carried that me for the longest time until, because I always thought when the discoveries happened, Creator, where this walk had started, and we acknowledge all the children that we lost to this date, it was hard for me as a leader because, Creator, I always asked the question, when the people were asking for my elder stories, where were they when we were reaching out for help? So I made myself better, Creator, and that's why I appreciate today. I couldn't ask for a better prayer, because in your eyes, Creator, we go by example. And the example of today, with all the support of the people, to support Kwikwetlem and their elders, Creator, I ask you to invite their ancestors today to open their hearts and their spirits as well, to join us on this walk. And like I said, Creator, I know our ancestors might not forgive them for what they've gone through, but in honor of truth and reconciliation, we walk together today to acknowledge the Kwikwetlem and what we've gone through. But we're also humble, and we understand that with the guidance of our elders, to give a traditional name like Kwikwetlem to the lands, the Colony Farm Park lands, and that means to be invited. So we understand the importance of this work, Creator, and I always thank you for today to walk my ancestral home, because what our family has gone through, I potentially might have been the unlucky ones that couldn't be here to speak on their behalf. And saying that, Creator, I just ask you, as we complete this walk and share our stories, that with our honored guests here today in Sakaians, which we haven't seen in a very long time, but the support keeps growing. And I hope in your eyes and your guidance that we can start from the mouth of the river, the Kwikwetlem, and spread this good medicine up into all the streams and creeks of the Kwikwetlem ancestral territory, because that's where once our families were. And we're here to say that every child matters, so do the ones we lost in the past. And we feel that with all the sorrow here in the Kwikwetlem ancestral territory, and I'm only acknowledging the murdered and missing Indigenous women and everyone else that might have lost their lives here with the Kwikwetlem and our ancestral home. So, Creator, thank you for giving me the voice and the composure today, And I just want to say, on behalf of the leadership, the Kwikwetlem members, the elders, the ancestors, thank you for coming to Sakai, and then Creator, as they leave here today, just fill their hearts with that love and that compassion to walk with us next year as well. And hopefully we can bring this awareness to the Kwikwetlem territory that every life matters. And we understand that truly, Creator, with what we experience, but we also understand that whoever rides in our territory, since we're stewards of the lands, we watch over them as well. And we ask that you watch over them for those safe travels home. All my relations. I'll pass it over to Mr. Chappie.
He's getting to be a hard act to follow here. Morning, everybody. If anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Councillor George Chappie. I'm one of the knowledge keepers of Kwikwetlem First Nation. I've been asked to do some housekeeping here first. We are going to be having some drummers, and it's going to be Nancy Joe, Christina, and her Christina Joe, and her husband Percy Cunningham, who are going to be the gracious ones who are going to be doing the wonderful drumming that you're going to hear today, and we thank them. Like John said today, you know, this is going to be a hard day for Kwikwetlem. It always is a hard day when we come together. I want to make sure that, you know, the thank you goes out to the team that helped put this together here. That was some hard work, but they all worked together, and I thank them. Our hands are up to all of them that helped us today, and I'd ask everyone to please give them a hand for every great work that they did today. I had a hard time with this, and I'm going to share this with you, and because today is about heartbeat. You know, I am a knowledge keeper, but I am also considered what is called in our community like the warrior that's there. I'm the one who slams that fist on the table. I'm the one who fights for my elders and community. But I will be honest with you, today I just don't want to be that person today. I'm a member of Kwikwetlem First Nation. I'm, well, a young one. I like calling myself a young one. But I want to make sure that I start off by saying this, and I'm going to be serious about this. This is hard for me because of the video that I just seen. I want to make sure that I acknowledge the people who have gone. We had one cherished member that was here, that in the community she was loved by everyone, and you've seen her in the video, and she would lead us with the other elders, but she was always up front and center. She was always coming to our community meetings. She was always the one with the voice. She showed this nation and this community what a true elder really is. And we've lost her, and so I want to make sure that today that we remember her today, because she won't be with us when we go up there. And as you're walking up this road today, remember who she is and what she stood for. And I want to acknowledge all the rest of the ones that are not going to be able to hear, the ancestors that are here. The hurt and everything that's happened to this community over the last 100 years. The day I never thought I would see of everyone together, standing together and listening to what truth and reconciliation really means. And truth is a hard time sometimes to hear, but when you hear it and you understand it, and I give, my hands are up to the elders that are here today for their courage and their understanding, and a hand out to all of you that's here, that even though they've been through what they've been through, they welcome you today. They welcome you here to help my community heal. I will also say thank you to my community members that are here, and I thank my chief and council for just letting me have the time to speak with you on this important matter. In our journey, no matter what we do, having that understanding of walking a mile in our footsteps is so important. It is an understanding of what the elders have said to us now. You need to walk with us before you understand who we are. Understand that hurt. Understand what we have been through. Because only then can we truly be able to walk together and heal. Not just you, because of what has happened. Our elders are not pointing at you in any way. But they need to have a way to heal. And this is the way that they have said to do it. When we started, it started with 40 people. That's how we started here. We just did it together, and then we had 40 people, and we were shocked. Like the elders and everybody, we were quite shocked. The next year that we came in, oh my goodness, we had 100 people that came. And I am proud, and really my heart is there to say that we have 200 people here today. And I will say that every single year, I want this to grow. Every single year, I want to see more people there. I want to see these mayors. I want to see these councilors. I want to see these leaders that are there, because they're your leaders, and they should be here. They should be taking that role up front that's there in order for truth and reconciliation to happen. And when you come, you help my community heal. You help us walk a new road together. Today's walk, and it means a lot for me, because my sister was one of them that were there, and you heard me talk about it in the video, and it's a hard one for me because I lost her because of this. So when you walk up that road today, please remember the reason why we're walking up that road is because the young ones that went up there, they never came home. Our young ones that are there, our future leaders, our matriarchs, our uncles, our grandpas, our grandmas that are there, when they walked up that road and they never came back. And it's something that is important to Kwikwetlem First Nation for our healing part, is that you recognize that. And so when you walk up the road today, have them in mind. Remember, this is the journey that Kwikwetlem has set for everybody. We do. And my elders are so powerful. They go through all of us there. They teach us because they have those teachings of thousands of years. And they show us young ones here. Again, call myself a young one. But they show us here that this is the path that we need to do. So on behalf, and as Council Peters said today, on behalf of the community, behalf of the ancestors, my elders, and Chief and Council, we thank everyone for being here today. And we want it to grow every single year. Be the voice that needs to be here in British Columbia. Walk together in truth and reconciliation and show that this is the new path. This is how you walk with First Nations now. And be strong, because today is what we're showing today. A united front where we walk together, and as it should be. We are all guardians of this watershed, and we all need to be taking care of Mother Nature, as our elders have always taught us. So I thank everyone today for giving me this opportunity just to speak with you. I speak from the heart today. I speak from a member of Kwikwetlem First Nation, not as a counselor. I speak to you as a member today, just a simple fisherman. And I thank everyone, because my ancestors are up there and they're smiling. They're here now. They're watching everything that's going on, and they are smiling to see all of you, because I never thought I'd ever see that day that it would happen. And so they're happy that you're here today. So Aichka, and thank you everyone so much.
Oh, blue hair and self-reflection, literally, I'm not. It's ironic because I was asked to help people with truth, and under the medicine card book, blue hair means or goes under self-reflection. And Rodney from our nation here found me, or gave me a blue heron last year, and I actually found one that molted all these feathers just a little while ago. So it flying over was an amazing sign. My name is Christina Joe. I am the first generation allowed to learn my cultural heritage, my cultural connection, and I had to go off the reserve to do it, and I got embraced by the Squamish First Nation. And the songs that I sang for the last 25 years were not ours. People do have our songs, but they're up the river and they haven't shared them with us. And this last year, this last 6 months, really been listening and just been part of the land. And I got 2 songs in the last 6 months. I couldn't believe it. When I got the songs, I was in the middle of the field during the
Aurora Borealis.
I can never say it, so. And then I was riding my bike and I had to ride my bike all the way back because I wanted to record it. And I was riding and singing until I got it. I got my phone and recorded it. Then I got another one after that shortly, like a month or 2 later. It's a crow's journey song. I'm really following these crows. They're amazing. There's one that comes straight to this nation every day, one murder. And so the song is about them, but I incorporated a little bit about today in there to adjust it. But it was 2022 when I was asked if I could sing for a Metro Vancouver commercial with all the other nations, and I froze and I didn't want to because all of the songs we're singing were all Borat songs, and I didn't feel right. I didn't feel part of. And then here I am full circle. So we're going to share our songs, and the songs that I sing or that I have, I give to all of the band members of Kwikwetlem. They can have 2 songs. They can sing them wherever they feel like it, as long as they're being respectful and happy heart and happy mind. So the first song we're going to sing today here is the welcome song. Whoa. Singing the crow's journey song. The first verse of it is kind of a little more serious than the rest. It's a very short song as well, and that's from the lead crow of the murder. I met one. He's in my yard all the time, and he's big, beautiful, and he's responsible for everybody. I watch him, and I started thinking about this baby crow and how did he get all the way up to being the leader and to being the responsible for everybody. And I watched him let everybody else feed before he did, and so part of the song is about that. Ooh, whoa, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, whoa, ooh, whoa, ooh, whoa, ooh, whoa, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, whoa, ooh, whoa, ooh, whoa, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, whoa, 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 ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, whoa, 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 ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're stuck in this ripple that shaped me and you from the ancestors before us, forced into residential schools. We're defined by trauma that you're here to reconcile, but most of us aren't there yet. It's going to take a while. We are weaving the unwoven from coast to the Salish, learning to harvest healing so we can reestablish our cultural connections that lives in me and you. To have every child matters is the best thing we can do. Oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much for listening
going to the songs, and I would like to invite Mayor Richard Stewart. It is my honor to ask him to come and say a few words. He is a very dear friend to the nation, and there's not one person in our reserve who does not appreciate all of the work that he does for our community, and we would love to hear some of the words that he'd like to share today.
Thank you, Nancy and Christina and everybody. It's truly an honor and a really emotional moment for me again to be able to join in this and to see such a crowd around us, such a gathering of people here on the territory of the people that are named Kwikwetlem. We are honored to share this land and that they have welcomed us onto land that's named for that red fish up the river, that's been carried and protected for generations. I join my council colleagues, some of whom are here. I won't name them because I'm going to miss one, I suspect. Matt Johnlick, I'm going to name them, obviously. Councillor Brent Asmussen. Steve Kim. Steve Kim is here. There he is. Our city manager, our CAO, Raul Albueva, and other members of the City Hall team and the Kwikwetlem municipal team. I thank all of you for coming, because reconciliation is not a destination, it's a journey. We hear that all the time, and in the past we have walked this mile of roadway, we often call it the bumpiest roadway of Kwikwetlem, and then Metro Vancouver added speed bumps to make it worse. Although some people didn't notice, but that pathway, that pathway that we've heard elders and members of this nation talk about walking, about the bus is out there, and we have to walk. We've also heard the stories about the diking, and when dikes get put in, it squeezes the river, and the river rises higher. And for anything on the river side of the dike, that's not good news. And this village was on the river side of the dike. Purposely, the dike was placed on the wrong side of this village. And my mother's family arrived in North America sometime prior to 1640. My father's family arrived perhaps 100 years ago. And I feel embarrassed for the fact that je peux parler en français. I can speak French. My mother brought us to Maillardville, the community of Maillardville. They got married in Vancouver, but she wanted her children to speak her native language, her tongue, and be raised in the culture and faith and language of her ancestors. And so we came to Maillardville because she could choose that. She could choose to have her kids raised in the language and culture of her choice. And it reminds me so many times when we get to walk this path that this is such a small thing for us to do in search of understanding of what that mile meant for generations. And George talked about this is something that he never thought he'd see in his lifetime, and I know there are people that I grew up with that I knew when I was younger that didn't get to see this day. And so for our community, we stand with you, we walk with you. We want to experience the grief to the extent we can that this 1 mile means. So on behalf of our community, my city council, the residents of Kwikwetlem, and I know the residents of the Tri-Cities, the school board trustees that are here, the provincial, federal representatives, I thank you all for being here and for walking this with the First Nation. And I thank those who walked it last time who aren't with us this time.
Thank you. We're always happy to have him join us. I'd just like to share one more song before we begin our walk. This is the My Ancestors song, and it comes from Katzie First Nation, from a youth named Lily Cunningham. She is in my SFU classes for learning the language. This song came very fast to the Katzie youth group, and it kind of shows that it was meant to be for them to have this. With any song, and with the work that Christina's doing for getting the songs back, usually it takes a while, and sometimes you'll have to go on song quests. But when it does come to you, it's meant to be, and it means that the ancestors are speaking through you. So this one I want to share from Lily Cunningham, and she is an inspiration to me, as she is a very young one who has taken on the strong responsibility of bringing back the language and revitalizing our culture. Wana siala kwe, hey oh hey oh hey, tihuam kuyanem, hey oh hey oh hey, atsepka siala kwe, hey oh hey oh hey, akwana hali, hey oh hey oh hey, atsepka siala kwe. Hey oh hey oh hey, aquana quam quam, hey oh hey oh hey. But thank you today for joining us today, and we will begin our walk. I know that there's some housekeeping as well that Tina will help us with, just to get us started for how we're going to proceed.
We're going to start our walk now, and so we'll ask our elders if they would like to lead the group. We'll go at their pace. As we go along down Colony Farm Road, I know it's a very busy road, so we're going to ask everyone to keep to the trail that's parallel with the road. We'll get there as soon as we pass the parking lot here, just for safety in mind. And we, like I said, we want everyone to go home after today. And personally, and I know it's a heavy day, and this request is a personal one. As we make this walk down, as you walk a mile in our elders and ancestors' shoes, just think of what this means to them when they were children, leaving their home. And like I said, we never ask people to make this walk, and then that's why I said that today's prayer that my prayer is kind of answered with the people taking the time to share this experience with us. And honestly, my hand's up to you, because it's definitely a hard thing to do. So as we make this walk, just understand the anxiety, the fear, the unknown of our children in the past when they left home and never able to come back. So that's the importance of acknowledging them today. And then the walk back is to help guide our our elders back home, the ones that are still here today, in honor of their families and our lost and loved ones, especially the elders that just recently passed away in the last few years, because the ones that, like Beverly Murkowski, just to share my personal experience when we did the first walk and we had the staff serve the elders in honor of true reconciliation. Just her alone, seeing the support and just being acknowledged as a human being. It meant so much to her that being blind and with mobility issues, she was a tough one to keep up to. So in honor of her spirit and the spirit of all the Kwikwetlem families, even the ones that are so old that time had forgot, today we walk together, and that's why I asked, let's make this a good healing day. unfortunately, we didn't ask you here to forgive you, but just never forget of what had happened to First Nations, but build a brighter future for the children that you see here today, to have an understanding that, and like our beloved Beverly had said, regardless of what we went through, we still keep going, and so that's what I ask you to keep in mind today as we walk. Yes, we went through some a lot of historical grievances, but today, out of respect to the Kwikwetlem Nation and the people here today, we honor them with an open heart and an open mind, walking together in honor of Natsamat. And so, thank you for coming. And then I guess we'll get this group going. We'll have this walk, and then we'll conclude this day today. But I appreciate everything that I've seen today, and it keeps growing every year. Like I said, hopefully we can start from the mouth of the river and just bring that awareness to the rest of the Tri-Cities, because in honor of reconciliation and the truth, what you see here in the lands today is the Kwikwetlem people, and we'll always be here. So thank you for just hearing me out before we start a walk. And usually, oh no, I'm finished. But yeah, so any words from our elders before we start this journey, and then we'll start making our way down this mile.
Okay, this is just going to take a minute. Talking about Beverly, one of our eldest, long time ago, she had given me this stick, this walking stick. And so Beverly's with us. And if you feel a pain in your butt, she's telling you to get a move on. Okay? But this is Beverly's with us. Okay, and our other elders. Everybody, can you just, I just want to make sure. Would you? On the memory of Beverly, I'm asking for a couple of the elders to start us, because Beverly always led us. She's the one that was always up front, showed us young ones, this is the way you do it. And in memory of her, I'm asking Terry and another elder, if she is up to it, to start us on our journey and lead us up that road there. As we've always done for thousands of years, our elders, our beautiful elders, are ones that teach us and lead us into a new generation that's there. So I am asking for them to do it today. Sure. This stick would be walking on its own. Truth and reconciliation, what does that mean to me? It means healing. It means dealing with what's happened in the past, because that's the only way that you can heal, and that's the way I've been taught by my elders. It's understanding of walking in our footsteps, because when you do, you'll find a new path, and that's what the elders have said. And when you get everyone together and understand that, you're able to understand that hurt and be able to walk with the nation in a better way and a stronger way, and understand what truth and reconciliation really means. And that's all the leaders. That's why we're so happy that everyone's here. But we got a lot of work to do. There's lots more that needs to be done. But you know, the nation, I think, is very happy to have everyone here today.
So thank you so much for organizing such a wonderful event today. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on at this Truth and Reconciliation Walk?
Yeah, so this is the Walk for Truth and Reconciliation for Kwikwetlem First Nation, and I just have the honor of being part of the team that assisted in planning this day, but it's by the work that was done by everybody before. And so yeah, we're just gathering and wanting to bring awareness to, first of all, Kwikwetlem First Nation, as well as reconciling and everyone just to, be confronted with the truths of the history and making sure it doesn't repeat itself. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Can you tell us what Truth and Reconciliation Day means to you?
It means an opportunity to remember, an opportunity to advocate for the Indigenous communities across Canada, especially right now, at this moment, for the community here in Kwikwetlem. It means to raise awareness and to support the learning process, acknowledging the past, and learning from the history of Indigenous people's experience in Canada. It also means to be supportive, to be supportive in help and the healing journey that way. Providing a safe space for Indigenous people to feel proud about their heritage, feel proud about their history, and feel proud about their resilience.
Thank you, everyone. First off, I personally want to say on behalf of Chief and Council, thank you for taking the time to make this walk. And hopefully, from the words of our elders, and then obviously you can see our Elder Terry with the spirit of Bev walking with us today. Obviously, we do want to show the rest of the Tri-Cities that Kwikwetlem is still here. And I'll take a quote from my Elder Terry, and we're still smiling. And echo the words of Beverly Murkowski saying that regardless of everything we've gone through historically, we still got to keep moving. So in honor of building this relationship, we want to show you the importance of walking down a road that is still named after what had happened to us historically being colonized, and that's Colony Farm Road. And just get a sense of the purpose on why we wanted to open your guys' hearts to what we went through as a nation. And so, but in honor of the elders and every child here in Kwikwetlem, maybe we can work together to bring this awareness to the Tri-Cities and hopefully have a walk down somewhere in Kwikwetlem where it's safe. We come together, show the rest of the Tri-Cities on the work that we had started and continue to do every year. It's just an idea. The importance is the area here that we were colonized, but in saying that, this is where we were colonized. This isn't our home. Our home, our ancestral home, is the Tri-Cities. So opening those doors in honor of truth and reconciliation, and give my Elder Terry a chance to express herself as an elder of Kwikwetlem with her heart and her soul. I'd love to have that opportunity and make that wish come true. And like I said before, we didn't invite you here for forgiveness. We wanted to bring that truth to what drives leadership when it comes to reconciliation. And like I said before in my prayer, the hardest thing for me when the discoveries had happened, when this movement of Every Child Matters, is that when people were reaching out to me as a counselor and asking me to reach out to my elders to share their stories, especially when they weren't even stories to share, when they were reaching out for help when everything was happening to us as a First Nation, and no one listened to us then. So I struggle with that. I had to do a lot of self-care on myself just to get through that poison, that anger, that anxiety of exposing my elders to that, reliving that moment in time again. But as you see here today, and the gift that they gave you with the traditional name Kwikwetlem within our territory to be invited, they want to share their story. They're healed enough to share that story and walk with you today. So like I said, we would love to see this grow bigger. Kwikwetlem, obviously, and like I said to the Creator today, there was a special prayer today, but I think it was answered with everyone supporting our nation, especially on our healing journey. And like Elder from Stehalis said, it took this long to do the damage, but it'll take this long to heal. And that's what we're hoping for the future generations that are able to make it today, that we show them there is a way to walk together, shoulder to shoulder, and not go through not have my elders relive what they went through as they shared their stories in the video about being stereotyped and that stigma of what First Nations are. If we had the opportunity to show you that right from the beginning, maybe we wouldn't be doing this walk today, but it is what it is. I just want to say thank you so much for today. We're going to head back, but that would conclude for today's a walk of truth and reconciliation. and I really appreciate the support to my elders. And then I'll quickly hand it over to Steve, and then after that, I guess we'll have a little bit of time here for anyone who wants to share their thoughts about today, and then we'll conclude that. And then as the Kwikwetlem leadership and staff, we'll be serving our elders and the members after this for lunch. And I apologize we don't have this much food.
Oh, Sam! I want you all to look at our new shirts. What does it say on top?
Every child matters.
Every child matters. The group of elders that I work with are always asking me to remind all of you, it's not just our Indigenous children that matter. We cannot repeat what has happened in the past. We must remember that every child matters. And that's what I ask you to take with you today. I have many friends here who are considered youth, but in my culture, they're young adults. Right? So please remember, every child matters. I want to keep it sweet and short this time.
Thank you.
Because Richard likes to compete with me, so. Oh, Sam, thank you. Aishka.
Bye, Simkigat, Siganaman, Luckygat, Stapalasa, Chiefs, Matriarchs, those are waiting. Salidix Medik Wayo, this Bawadi getting dog. Salidix Medik is my name, this Bawadi getting dog, Killawell of the getting dog, and Luckville Lambs up north. I'm happy to be here today. I'm happy to partake in the ceremonies and in this special walk with our peoples. I have with me delegate members from the hospital, and we're very happy to be here to serve this day with you today. And we hope that through the years we can build a stronger relationship with your peoples, and that we would like to become one with you. That's our goal. And so we're happy to be here, and we want to thank you on behalf of the hospital. Thank you for having us today. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Dawn Marks. My Indian name is Talitsilma. I come from Seychelles on the Sunshine Coast on my mom's side of the family. On my dad's side, I come from Staelis and Catesy. My relatives are the Kwikwetlem people. I work for the Kwikwetlem School District as a cultural facilitator. If all my colleagues could come and stand with me. We're always happy to come and take part with the Kwikwetlem people as we work with your children, and we're always here in the community working in the schools. As a cultural facilitator, I travel to schools sharing culture, and it's always nice to be a part of things here in the community with you. We walk with you, we have one heart with you, and we always, sorry with the water bottle, but I raise my hands to everyone that has come here today and to take part, because it's, as Kwikwetlem is my relatives, it's always great to see how they've grown, and let's make this bigger and better next year as well. Thank you.
I personally want to acknowledge the school district for all the work that they've been doing with Kwikwetlem First Nations, because just as early as 15, 20 years ago, a lot of the Tri-Cities wasn't aware that there was a First Nations here in Kwikwetlem, and so that's what I've heard over our journey. But me working with them personally, I want to thank them for not just working with us, providing that the knowledge that we keep as the local First Nations, but working with all people in the Tri-Cities to give not just a safe place for Kwikwetlem First Nations, a place in the school where we thought wasn't the safest place for us historically, but for all First Nations. And I've heard young First Nations saying, here in the Tri-Cities, with all the work that we've been doing, they're proud to be First Nations, and they feel that they have a safe place to go to learn that education. So, and saying that, my hand's up to you guys for all the work you're doing. For me, it's a glimmer of hope for the future generations, and that's what today's all about. But that's all I want to say. But like I said, if anyone, if there's no one else, then we'll make that trip home, and then, yeah, go ahead, by all means.
Hi, I'm Geoff Scott. I'm a KFN band member, and it gave me courage to want to speak because we have the school district here. My son said on Wednesday he has art class at Como Lake, and he was so happy to come home and show me how the Indigenous culture is being expressed in the school districts, and he had showed me this picture of a killer whale that he had drawn, and you know, the help of him wanting to make it the color blue and gray, and they were like, oh, you should use orange for shirt day. And I just want to say the appreciation that I have for the communities actually coming together. Everybody that I see here, whether you're Indigenous, non-Indigenous, we really appreciate your support. I know the stories are hard to deal with. You guys didn't live in that time, we didn't live in that time, but to see that you're coming here to understand and to work with us and the work that you do for our children to keep them safe inside the schools, we really appreciate that. So, hi, Shka.
I also want to acknowledge the good people from Maples that here and support the young ones on their healing journeys. It's their first year walking with us, and that's what this is all about. Today, we've heard the tip of the iceberg about the truth of what had happened to Kwikwetlem Nation, and like I said, my answers were prepared by the Creator on the reconciliation part. So walking with us, I personally am grateful. This is something that I can share for the rest of my days when I become an elder like my peers. But thank you so much. Try to get away from all this busyness, and then really thank you.
It's going to be a long one.
I'm not competing with that.
You can win. Thank you so very much, and let's all start traveling down the path again. Please stay on the path. I know it's not as big as we want it, but maybe in the future we can work on enhancing this area so we can have these kind of walks and in honor of reconciliation. And like I said, build a torch so bright for the future generations that we take on the brunt of that work, and it starts with days like today. So thank you very much, and safe travels down back to our villages. The challenges my elders want to show the rest of